Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast, the Pals Podcast. If you are a returning listener, thank you very much for listening and supporting. If you are new to the podcast, take a second, go to Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, and leave us a review and subscribe. It would mean the world to us. I am your co-host, Ricky Liordi, and the other co-host, George Boutsalis, is not with us for this intro as we recorded this virtually. Obviously, given everything that's happened with COVID, we are trying our best to maintain social distancing and doing a lot of virtual episodes to not put anybody at risk. Some episodes that we've released recently were pre-recorded before this last round of lockdown. So everyone stay safe and, do the best you can to, not see as many people. But anyways, this week we've got a great episode for you. We have Serena fucking Kerrigan on the podcast. Yes, her middle name is legally fucking, which is amazing. So she's a content creator and influencer who literally changed her whole life right before COVID. COVID hit. She decided to start a new Instagram dating show called Let's Fucking Date. And it turned out to be a massive success. She did 3 seasons of it, went on 50 dates virtually, which is amazing. She's got such good energy, such good positive vibes that she's turned this whole COVID experience and she, just made it hers. She started this show. She made a card game. She's going to be on a reality show. She's literally doing a million different things. So take a listen. She's inspiring and she's literally just the definition of good vibes and good energy and positivity. So thank you, Serena, for coming on. You were amazing. Like to give a big shout out to our sponsors because without them, this might not be possible. First and foremost, Cottage Springs. You guys already know the deal. We've been talking about them for months. It is the best. So they have the best vodka drinks out there. Vodka waters, vodka sodas, and now in the LCBO, vodka lemonades. If you haven't tried the vodka lemonade yet because they're still brand new, I strongly suggest you go into the LCBO, you pick one up and you try because they are delicious. I mean, Georgie, we've had definitely a couple too many at some times. So definitely check it out. They're awesome. Great Canadian company. The drinks are low calories too, 0 grams of sugar. Awesome stuff, guys. Thank you so much. You can check them out at www.cottagesprings.com or at Cottage Springs on social media. And we'd also like to give another shout out to our sponsor, Cast. If you haven't heard us talk about Cast, it's a project that me, George, and our buddy Dave have been working on for many months now. We've just launched in April on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Cast essentially is the objective assembly of public opinion. It's a social voting platform that aims to remove the friction to participate in online conversations. So as I mentioned, we're on the Google Store, we're on the Apple Store. So go download it right now, leave us a 5-star review, create a profile, and start answering some questions and having fun with it. The idea is just to bring healthy discourse back to social media. So check that out. You can go to our website to download it as well, www.joincast.co. Other than that, my boy Georgie, what do we say? LFG, let's go. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I know it's good to finally get you on.
Yeah.
Jordan's been waiting for this one for a little while.
I've been counting down the days.
Really?
I really have. I'm a big fan.
How come?
I just love you. I think you're awesome.
I appreciate that.
I really do.
Well, according to everyone, apparently everyone loves you. You're a pop culture icon.
Oh my God.
I saw that on your website. I thought that was the best quote I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. I definitely made that website like before anything happened. So it's all about manifesting. It's all about manifesting.
Respect it.
Love that.
Like if you say what you are, like want to be, like you just become that.
Do you really believe in manifesting?
Without a doubt. I mean, I think you have to work your ass off and you have to believe in yourself. But I really believe that like for example, I was like, I'm the queen of confidence. Like, I'm just going to say that. I'm going to write on my Instagram profile. And if you look back at articles like 2 years ago, people will be like the self-proclaimed queen of confidence, Serena, who proclaims herself as the queen of confidence. And then if you look at articles now, it's like the queen of confidence, Serena Kerrigan. Why? Because when you believe something about yourself, you literally write the narrative of who you are. So anyway, if you guys want to be the number one podcast like fucking ever, which you should be, just start saying that you are.
Well, I really agree with that. Like at the beginning, I mean, over the years in general, but even at the beginning of the pandemic, we started to think of certain things we wanted to do. And I was like, honestly, who's to tell me that I'm not these things? Like if I fucking believe it, I'm going to do it. And honestly, I've kind of gone that way my entire life. Just whatever I've wanted to do or achieve, I've gone and said, someone says you can't do it, whatever, I'm gonna do it anyways. And honestly, very fortunate to be the position I'm in, but most things have ended up the way I've perceived them to turn out.
100%. The problem is that people don't believe in themselves. So
it's funny you say that too, because like even at the beginning, we've just been telling people we're the biggest podcast in like Toronto and Ontario and like fastest growing in Canada. But now when we see people, they're like, "Oh yeah, these guys have the biggest podcast in Canada." We're like, "Fuck yeah, okay,
so
we'll
there
take
you
it."
fucking go. They're 100%. You've literally just proved my point.
Like, I strongly believe in manifesting. Like I believe without a doubt that it's like a real thing. You put into what you put into the world is what the world will give back to you. And if you look at things negatively, then you're gonna just notice everything negative. If you believe in positive and like good vibes, good energy, then it's gonna come right back to you.
100%. We're aligned.
Have you always been that way from like your young days when you were a kid, or like just on the playground telling everyone you're the queen, you're the best at everything, or did it take time to develop?
Yes and no. I've definitely loved to be the center of attention, and I'm a boss bitch. I think I've always had that quality in me. I'm an Aries, but I do think that like when I changed my middle name to fucking, that's when things kind of took a turn.
Wait, is your legal name like your legal middle name?
Legal middle name.
Shut up.
Fucking epic.
We saw
so gangster.
We saw that on one of the like I guess one of the things Jordan said that's like Serena fucking Kerrigan, LFG, LLC. I'm like, that's the fucking sickest name for a business ever.
As of LFG.
I love it.
Honest, but you know what's interesting? Like we obviously the first time we're meeting, LFG has been probably Ricky and I's like go-to abbreviation since I don't even know 2015, maybe 16.
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's the best. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking date. Let's fucking fuck. I mean, it's just like, sorry. Like
whatever you want. Say whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
That's
like
it.
no, it's funny. I actually like got all of the Instagram handles for like let's fucking wed, let's fucking glow, let's fucking sell, let's fucking shop. Like they're all mine.
Come on.
Because
way.
because it's my brand. But it's interesting. Like I think, the reason for actually naming my company that was because changing my middle name to fucking and really becoming this confident person, like this persona of SFK who's like larger than life, like makes the sidewalk her red carpet, like she's a bad bitch, really helped me with my confidence. And then let's fucking go is kind of like, okay, she's like the pillar, the symbol of confidence. And let's fucking go is like, okay, now that we have this, how can we bring it to like a bigger audience, like a bigger community and really inspire people? So it's like, we have the symbol and then let's fucking go. It's like a team, like, let's fucking go. Let's do this. Like
call to action, almost like getting everyone to rally.
Call to action. Thank you. That's exactly the right term. Yes. So yeah. And I remember when I was actually forming my company, like, a lot of people, parents, like, like consultants were like, what SFK, LFG, LLC, like what a mouthful. Why not SFK? And I was like, because if you're someone not like us, who's like, what's LFG? And you hear someone be like, it means Serena fucking Kerrigan, let's fucking go LLC. Like, they're like, they have their attention they're here.
The vibe.
Attention to you.
100%.
So, and we love shit that's polarizing. Like you want to be polarized and you want people to pay attention to you, as long as you're doing it in a way that's like appropriate.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like old people I shouldn't say old people, but people who are a little bit older than us might be like, oh, that's so crazy. Like, why would you name your business that? But like young people who are the people you're going to be doing a lot of business with are like, yeah, it makes fucking sense. Like LFG, like, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, changing my middle name to fucking, yes, I've gotten a lot of heat for that over the years, whether it was a guy, being like, no one's going to want to date you, or like a guy friend, or, sorority, you're never going to get into a sorority, or you're never going to get a job because it was on my resume, or you're, not going to get a brand deal. Okay, I've worked with literally Bumble, Amazon, Google, Svedka. Okay. But like managers, agents, everyone is always like, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. And I was like, why? Like, this is an empowered woman being like, I'm Serena fucking Kerrigan, like lifting other people up. Like, it's just like, why does it bother you so much? Yeah. Like it shouldn't. And also it's like flipping the word on its head. It's like of empowerment. It's not just like a bad word. Yeah. So stick to your, like, you got to listen to your gut. I
love that. I respect that. And like, for sure, at the end of the day too, it's interesting, right? Like, people say that about you. Like, I guess people giving you that advice, so to speak, are, I think, like, they're maybe they're more worried about the association with themselves, or like, you know, the
projecting.
The manager might, because it's your name. Like, what would, let's say, Google hypothetically be like? Oh, that's her name. Like, what's wrong? It's her. Like, it's your name. You're owning it. Why would somebody be embarrassed for your name if you're not embarrassed by it?
It's not. I mean, I think it's also just like, you know, older generations. I've had people be like, I don't like the fucking. I mean, my Nana hates it. Like, hates it. She's like, why can't you change it to fun? And I'm like, Serena Fun Kerrigan sounds like a stripper. You know, I just like, that's not for me. So, you know, it's like interesting how it's so offensive. And I'm like, it's just a word, and it's about, you know, the connotation of it. So I totally agree. I think people project. I also think that if a man were to do it, it wouldn't have been like as much heat, because like a guy doing it, it's like, yeah, duh, like whatever. But like when a woman does it, it's like, whoa, like she's not a lady, but I am.
When did you switch it?
When I was 18, which is like almost a decade ago, which is crazy.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
But at graduate high school, boom, switch the middle name.
When I went to Duke and I like got there, I was like, okay, whoa, like a lot of hot guys. Like I didn't have my glow up yet. So I was like, how are people gonna like pay attention to me? Like, cause I really didn't think that I was pretty, which is, I know, kind of shocking, but like back in the day I didn't. And I've matured. Things get better with age. And I just like was like, but I love being the center of attention. I'm an only child. I'm from New York. Like I'm a performer. Like I just was like, okay, and I don't know, it clicked, and I just did it, and I ran with it, and haven't looked back, and it worked.
That's awesome. What's the craziest reaction you've gotten to it? Like, just first time you told somebody, or someone who's caught off guard? Like, was there anyone who had like a really abnormal reaction when you told them what the middle initial stood for?
I would say there was just like a very big company that refused to hire me because of it. And it was Dove. I don't really give a shit anymore. And honestly, like, which was odd, because they're all about, you know, female empowerment. And I was but you know, but it's okay. Like, some people just don't get it. But like, then it's like, well, and I realized that like, if they're younger people, like you said, if they're younger people working at these brands, they get it. But if you know, whatever, I don't know, it's like a generational thing. But like, maybe like older brands, or brands, you know, that are more corporate America, and like, you know, not millennial Gen Z, like that, those are like those Gen Xers, they just like, they don't, those boomers.
Yeah.
So that's okay. You know, that's fine. I don't want to work with people that don't get it. I don't want to be with someone that doesn't get it. So it's like, if you know, I don't want what doesn't want me, period.
That is interesting. You bring that up. Like, Dove was the first brand to push the envelope and do the plus size billboards.
Right. So you would think
it's like a decade ago now, probably. And they had that all over Toronto. I remember those in the news saying, like, you know, I don't think backlash, but it was more like people were like, wow, I can't believe they did this. And you would think, like, you know, the next evolution is people just owning, like, you know, the women empowerment thing is more like owning it. I'm proud to do this. Like, why would they associate? But you know, some brands,
we're not gonna, you know, also it was a long time ago. It was also before I like blew up. So I wonder if they'll be back. They always come back.
They always come running back.
Watch them listen to this and be like, yeah, we're not coming back. Okay, fine, whatever.
Man, you do you. You do. Jordan was hoping you were gonna have a drink with you. Jordan was gonna drink with you on this episode.
I made a cocktail just for you.
Are you drinking? You're juuling, so.
I'm drinking. A phenomenon.
Jordan's a rebel manager.
Yeah, I'm not. I need to control the drinking during the week. That is something I have to do. And I just rage on the weekend.
I was gonna ask. So at the beginning of COVID, it looks like you got up to a lot of things, and you know, it seems like you're one of the people that took COVID, you know, by the horns, and I guess rode it, or whatever the expression is there.
I did ride that very hard. I rode COVID hard. Yeah.
I love it. Well, why don't you tell us about it?
I started a virtual dating show. I dated 50 guys in a year over Instagram Live on a couch that I'm looking at right now. And I launched a company. I launched a card game for people to play. I don't know if you guys played it. I'll send you one. It's fucking iconic. You know, what
Jordan's played it for sure.
Let's fucking date. I have it.
It's so epic. You can play it on dates. You can play with a group of friends. You should play it on the podcast. So fun. Perfect for the podcast. People
We'll do it.
I have a new card game coming out in a couple months, but like, and I launched a full blown business. It's great. You know, I didn't find love, for the record.
What happened to Creed?
just not right. He wasn't a fuck yes.
I get
And
that.
he was also way too young. He's 22. He was in college. Like,
It seems, yeah.
and I'm 27. Like, sorry. Like, it just wasn't it. There are other things.
Speaking of dating, Serena, should we tell the people how me and you matched on Raya?
I mean, you never followed up, so.
I think I did. I was like, "You're coming on my podcast, hello."
That's
and
not
then
a
you're like,
follow
"Wait,
up.
am I?"
That feels like business.
Okay, I'll slide in your DM.
Right. I mean, right. I'll say, right, Serena. Can you put Rick on blast, please? It would make me and my friend, like, me and Rick are best friends, have been for over a decade. And our friends, like, we know Ricky's, he's a ladies' man, whatever.
Oh, really? Because, like, he matched with the fucking lady and he literally didn't act on it. So,
Wow.
like,
So-
you matching with me and then going, oh, you're coming on my podcast and never following up. Like, okay. Like, yeah, I have the cow. I have the Google cow. Thank you so much for that. Love.
In all fairness, to be honest, Raya is probably my least favorite dating site or app, whatever, just because during COVID, we're not going anywhere. Like, I'm not
Right.
traveling. I know that. So you probably don't know us. In Ontario, we're
I'm
from.
Canadian, so.
Okay, so then you might know this. Yeah. We're basically stuck here. There's like 14-day travel quarantines, and it's just a disaster. So when I first got Raya, I was like, this is going to be awesome because in the summertime or the fall when traveling opens up, I'm going to be in New York. I'll be in LA. I'll be in Chicago. I like to just go on weekend trips, and then I have friends in all these amazing cities. But now it's like I go on Raya, you match somebody, you're like, okay, cool, great, we match. And it's like, I know I'm not coming to New York anytime soon. When I am, then maybe I'll open up the app. I don't know. It's just not for me, Raya. It's fun. It's cool. You match with like cool people.
So someone who literally virtual dated all year, I would have to say I disagree. I think you could like make an awesome connection. Also, I'm really good at FaceTime sex, but I guess you'll never know now. So, yikes.
Okay, well, I'll slide in this DM for you.
Was that a good roast, by the way?
Honestly, Rick, all I hear is a lot of excuses. I heard reasons why it
A lot of
wouldn't work.
excuses.
I never heard of
I agree.
winners find reasons why it would work, not why it won't work. As your business partner, we have a few business ventures, Ricky and I, and this is not the attitude he takes during the day. I think he's backpedaling right now because the daytime he's the most confident guy in the world.
I am the most confident guy in general. I go.
Okay. You weren't that into it. That's all good. We're here on the podcast. We're doing business. It's all good.
This is it. This is the icebreaker. This is our first date. Hello, just people get to listen to it.
And there's a bit of a third wheel situation, but I love an audience, as you know.
I gotta make sure my friends approve. Hello, this whole idea.
Okay, here we go. I'm nervous now. Just kidding, I'm not. Go on.
I lost my train of thought here for a second.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, Rick's flustered now.
No, never.
So what inspired you to do that? Like just to start doing the dating show and just getting into it? Was it like, let me kind of do something maybe humorous to pass time, or were you actually seriously interested in finding love, or like just?
I was getting pretty fucked up on my couch every day doing a show called Quarantinis with SFK, literally just drinking a bottle of wine to the face, like going live. Cause like live is fun. And like I was a content creator, I just quit my job like 3 weeks before the pandemic to build my brand. And then I was like, oh fuck. So I also thought that the pandemic would flatten the curve and like we'd have summer. I was also very optimistic, but I also realized like, wow, I have such a short window of time to really capture people's attention as a creator. Like people are going to really watch my videos like the second I post them or go live, for example. So I was going live a lot. And then I was like, yeah, I was really single. The guy that I was hooking up with was my neighbor and he got COVID. And I was like, okay, like you're useless now. So he's fine. But like, so I found I was.
Wait, what happened to the FaceTime sex?
No, there was.
Oh, he got like sick.
I thought we don't talk about sex on the podcast.
Oh, well, you brought it up.
I mean,
we
can, like our moms listen to this, I think, so we got to be a little more on the
got it.
But
okay. We can talk about my sex life, but not yours.
100%.
Okay.
Basically.
No, I mean, like it was just that wasn't the only reason. Like I think it was just not. It wasn't it. But anyway, I kept talking about wanting a Corona boyfriend, and I just asked a friend. I was like, "Yo, can you just like set me up with someone on Instagram Live?" Literally thinking like no one's gonna watch it, but my best friends would watch it. Like they have nothing to do on a Friday night, and it really like kind of just blew up. Like literally just like people were like, "Wait, that was so entertaining," and do it again. I was like, "Okay, I'll do it next Friday." And the next Friday. And then I did it literally 50 times in a year. And I did 3 seasons. I got the whole thing sponsored for the 2nd season. I mean, it's great. I just like, there was no strategy. It was really like, I'm bored. I'm a content creator. Like, how can I merge business and pleasure and potentially meet someone? And in the beginning, I really was like FaceTiming the guys after, because there was no other way. Like, we were stuck, like you guys, like, just like, what are you going to do? And then when things got opened up, it became a little more of a show. And then for season 3, I ended up meeting someone and it did not work out. So still single.
What was the, I guess, the best experience of the show and the worst experience of the show?
I think the best experience was just like building my brand and like really, like I never thought I'd be in the dating space. I was like in the confidence space, but they're so closely aligned, because I think that in order to date someone else, like you really have to feel like great about yourself, and you basically need to date yourself, like because if not, you settle, or like you want the validation from someone, and like we don't want that. So I think like it really cemented the two. And, I started like, a card game, like I have a team, like, I have a lot of projects that are based off of this world that we built. And it's just, that's so epic. And then the worst part, I'd just say that it's over, because I'm never fucking virtual dating again. Ever. I'm never dating in front of an audience again, like ever. So
no Bachelor or Bachelorette for you?
First of all, fuck that show. I'm the anti. Let's fucking name it the anti-Bachelor. Yeah. Because it's like, I don't have to explain why. You get it.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah. Scripted, unscripted, real. Unreal.
Yeah. And it's like, fuck that show, literally. But
I don't have a fascination with those shows. I honestly have never, like, I've seen it in passing. I've never got into Bachelor, Bachelorette. I don't know. I can't. It's, I think,
as much as I say, fuck the Bachelor, Bachelorette, obviously I watch it. Because I think that, like, people really want to believe in a love story. Like, they really want to see, like, it's a very satisfying thing when you like see people come together, right? And that was actually the main feedback point of my show, was like, you never pick anyone, you always pick yourself. And I was like, yeah, like, no one's good enough. Yeah. And
well, a friend of mine's mom once said this to me, and I think it holds true for The Bachelor. Watching The Bachelor is like watching a train crash. It's bad. What's bad. What's going to happen is bad, but you can't seem to like take your eyes away from it.
There you go. Boom.
Well, like, honestly, it's true. Like, some days I'll never plan to watch it. My dad and my mom watch it, and there's days where I walk by and I'm like, this is so dumb. But yet there I am standing in the hallway watching the TV as I'm like in the middle of doing something more important.
Have you ever watched my show?
I'll be honest, I have not.
Yeah, well, you should.
I will, of course. I got to do my homework after our first virtual date. I got to do my homework. Hello.
Right? Hey. This is actually like shocking that I'm letting you go on a virtual date with me right now. Yeah, because I said I was done. But
I was just gonna say, like, I was gonna suggest, why don't you do one last real virtual date online with Ricky? But we're kind of doing that right now. I can see you guys kind of flirting a little. I feel
Providing.
Usually the guys send me something before the show. So I don't really see
what am I supposed to send? Sorry. What do guys send?
Like wine, or like a book, or like
1942.
She knows.
I do.
Jordan knows. Okay. I'll converse with Jordan. I'll get you something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm actually just pulling up my ride to see if I left you on red or if you left me on red, because I'm pretty sure you left me on red.
Let's go. Here comes the heat.
That means you have to try harder.
No, we just said LFG, and I was like, yeah, haha, LFG. Let's go.
Rick, you're boring.
I'm boring. Call me Michael. Wear a plaid shirt and jeans on a date, and that's it. Plain Jane.
You'll learn. I've also like dated a lot this year, so if you wanted to, you would. That's really what it is.
So wait, you're based in New York?
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys, things are kind of opening up now in New York, I'm guessing?
Oh yeah, it's the summer fucks. Like, we're all fucking.
Okay, I was just gonna ask, like, you're like not where you're going on dates like all the time now, like you're back to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually not having that much sex yet. But it's the summer fucks. It's like summer fucking, not giving a fuck, doing things that fuck, just like living your best fucking life, because guess what? Like, we got time to make up for. So, and I know that a lot of people are still in lockdown. So I feel this responsibility to really live life, because I know that people are like living it vicariously through me.
100%.
So don't worry. Like, I will put on a show.
Respect it.
Because we're like, yeah, we're locked in. Like we can't do, and they were just
When is
opening
this
patios.
end? Yeah.
Like, but like even for us, like
lockdown.
Ontario was opening like patios to like 50%. We're like, oh wow, things are starting. This is good. Like my birthday's
10
coming up.
days.
I was getting fired
10
up,
days.
and then shut down for 6 weeks, back locked in. This is a disaster.
Okay. You'll get the vaccine and the vaxxed, waxed, fucking snatched. Like you'll be good.
And that's it. Hey, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Did you say get the vaccine so we can fuck? You said that on one of your lives, or
Yeah.
I love
Hello.
So wait, are you not? You won't hook up with any guys if they don't have the vaccine?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I mean, like, unless like it wasn't readily available to them, then I would feel. But if someone like actually like doesn't want to get the vaccine because of whatever bullshit they've concocted in their mind, then yeah, I don't want to go with them. But I feel like, now with dating apps, it's going to be like before it was like I had the antibodies. Now it's going to be like I have Pfizer or like Moderna. It's like flex.
that. Exactly.
What if someone's got AstraZeneca?
What?
What if someone has AstraZeneca? You don't fuck with them?
Oh no, for sure. I don't know all of the I don't
Oh,
know. Yeah, for sure. No, we're very open-minded. Could be any of the vaccines. But that's interesting. No, I mean, like I literally was invited to a party this weekend and they're like, you have to show your card. So it's like, I don't really think it's a question of me like not wanting to go with someone. It's more just like, are we going to be in the same place?
Interesting.
Gotcha.
So I just, I'm like curious. I kind of hate talking about the COVID, all these lockdowns.
Yeah, we can totally.
But no, but I'm actually curious now. Like, is New York like things are starting like to really open up, like parties, events? Is it like Miami or is it still kind of?
Oh no, it's not like Miami. Miami, I got COVID in Miami. That was bad. Yeah. No.
Really? Wait, like
Miami's like.
I don't mean to laugh, sorry, but just the way you say it.
Is that like how? For someone I have not seen the show as well, so I don't know. I'm not up to date with the current events of Serena fucking Kerrigan. So out of just curiosity, when you're in Miami recently, when like all this party was going on, was it like winter? When were you out there?
I was there for New Year's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was still like heat of it, but everyone's just having a good time. Everyone wanted to get out and.
Yeah, at that point, I don't know. It was New Year's. Like I was fucking over it the same way you guys are. But I don't want to talk about COVID anymore. It's beat. We're not.
Well, let's pivot.
But honestly, seeing Miami right now, like I saw Live just opened up last night. I think they just had like I saw that. I was like, wow, I should move to Miami right now.
No, I think it was last weekend because they had a Lesso there.
Yeah, they had so many people there. I saw it all over my TikTok.
Yeah, Dave Grutman opened a new hotel. Shit's popping off in Miami.
Serena, are you big on TikTok?
I am. You guys did no research about me before this podcast.
Oh, we did.
I'm hard about
like.
So what we do is like we do our like surface level research.
You can watch my show, not an episode.
No, we do surface level research because then it's like we want to see a different side of our guests that people don't normally see. And if we do too much research, then we end up asking just the generic questions. We find that if we don't do more research, we kind of get better answers and better questions. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Your call. What was the question? Am I big on TikTok?
I don't even know. It's TikTok. I guess what's your big social media? Are you an Instagram person? I guess that's as a creator, that's the big
TikTok and Instagram. I love TikTok. Yeah. I think it's the new version of social media. Like I think it's the new Instagram. I think because it just prioritizes personality over like edited photos. Yeah. And it's fun. It's raw. It's like real. I'm obsessed with TikTok. I literally am addicted. I actually can't get through a single like Netflix or Hulu show because like I'm just on. I literally will turn on a show and then I'll be like, oh wait, but this is funny. And then just get sucked into the black hole that is TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
I've stayed off TikTok. I got it for like a hot minute, deleted it. I couldn't.
It's a mess. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's my life. Even I'm trying to get off Instagram and everything. So respectfully as well, like I'm just like not a big social media person. So that's why.
Good.
Yeah. But ironically, we're building a social network, like Ricky and I. So
how could you build an out? Do you know what your competitors are doing?
Oh, 100%.
What's the network? Can you talk about it or no?
100% we can. So we're building, we're not building, we have built an anonymous social voting platform. So essentially we're like a text-based platform and just trying to leverage anonymity to allow people to share honest, objective opinions, like authenticity kind of thing, and kind of uninfluenced opinions around any topic. But one of the biggest things, a lot of people can't share their true, like no holds barred opinion around more sensitive topics, more faux pas topics, hot top, whatever it might be.
Right.
And that leads to I just got a message here. Upgrade.
We're upgraded.
Oh, that? Okay, cool.
I don't know what that means either, but let's keep going.
So basically what we want to do is, what we're trying to solve is that current social networks like text-based ones, Twitter, Reddit, what have you, lead to they're kind of like echo chamber effects, but they also lead to a misrepresentation because not everyone's participating in the conversation. Right. So we're trying to fill that gap and create a more objective assembly of public opinion. And that's what we're doing. And we launched, when did we launch, Ricky? April. We launched in beta.
That's different than a social network.
Pardon me, sorry?
It's different than a social network, is it not?
Not really, because it's
anonymous. Like a social network, I think, is like a Facebook, Twitter.
It's not anonymous. So you have your real profile, but every time you vote on something and share your opinion is inputted anonymously. So it's kind of, you leverage like polls and questions and all that stuff, but you vote anonymously so that you can be your authentic self, share your opinion, but no one knows what you're sharing, but it contributes to the conversation equally.
Cool. Awesome.
I'll tell you better on our second date.
Yeah.
Got you. Pivoting a little bit, I want to know what's the next big like goal of yours? I feel like you're very goal driven and you're always on the go. What's the next big thing?
Yeah, you got to write down your goals. I have a TV show in development that I'm pitching next month, so we'll see. Let's hope it sells. And
well, Jordan just was telling us too that you were on the trailer of another TV show.
Yeah, Siesta Key. That's it. Yes. I'm on the show. Yes.
Exciting.
It's an MTV show. It's basically like, I don't know if you guys ever saw like Laguna Beach or The Hills. It's like I didn't watch, but I know what it is. Right. Exactly. Like you follow like 20-something-year-olds around. So I basically I'm not from Florida. Obviously I'm from New York. But I'm friends with some of the girls on the show, and it was like perfect kind of timing. It was like in December or January. No, it was January, February. We all went to this island and for a month, which is like not really the show's shot in Florida, but they went on an island because of COVID. And I just came on as like a friend, but I literally was just like on the show and like very much like involved with the drama. So May 12th, it comes out on MTV, and I don't know, we'll see. I have no idea how I'm going to be perceived, portrayed, edited, anything. So
what do you think?
I think I killed it.
Are you going to be like the bitchy friend, or are you like,
I think I'm going to be the like boss girl from New York. And I think people aren't going to like that because they're going to be like, what is this elitist piece of shit? Like coming here and telling what to do. I'm like, I don't care.
Did you have drama with any of the girls on the show?
Light on my, like, look at this. I'm blinded. Did I have drama with any of the girls on the show? You have to watch the show. But evidently this crew doesn't like watching my shit. I'm just kidding. You do though.
I do.
Yeah, you watch the show. It's fun. I mean, listen, it was definitely emotionally. I can't with the light here.
I was just gonna say that, like, if you move, it's getting into your face more and more.
I'm sitting on the floor. Okay. It basically was a very emotionally exhausting experience. Like, it's no joke being on a show like that, because when people have cameras on, they're a different version of themselves.
Absolutely.
And so you're like talking to someone and you're like, but is this because there's a camera shooting on them, or is this real? And it is real. Like the shit it's real. There's no script. There was no script given to me. Like, it's not a scripted show, but like you always kind of in the back of your head, you're like, wait, fuck, like what's like, and also how is this going to be on television? It's, it's very risky. Yeah. But I felt very good about what I did, and I didn't get too fucked up. I got pretty fucked up sometimes, but I just try to be very quiet when I got really drunk.
The trailer showed you very positively, like giving advice to the Juliet's friend about coming out, and it was a very positive portrayal on the trailer. But
yeah, it's 1 minute long.
I know, but like you could see you just like in a wise like setting, but
right. People were like, you seem like the resident therapist.
Yeah.
Is what they said. Yeah.
But
it's good feedback. Good feedback.
Great feedback. Loved it. And it's kind of true. It is. I'm really excited for you to see it. Do you watch Siesta Key?
I do. I love the show.
Okay, cool. Who's your favorite?
Probably Juliet.
Yeah.
It was Madison, but it flip-flopped last season, but we'll see.
Those are the two girls I'm closest to. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is why we have Jay on.
Yeah, I have no idea what this show is. Like, I know what you're referencing, like Laguna Beach and the Hills. I remember those back in the day. I remember watching them a little bit here and there, but yeah.
Oh, good.
I literally said to them, like, it's a spin-off of Laguna Beach and the Hills. It's very much in that setting. And it's funny you guys are premiering the same day as the Hills.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. And also Lo Bosworth.
I saw you guys went out for dinner the other night.
Yeah, she's like, I can't wait for Siesta Key. And I'm like, you don't know how weird this is that you're telling me that, because I grew up watching, you on Laguna Beach and the hills. And like, so for her to, and I remember being like, I really want to be on a show like this. And I am now. So weird. Manifest.
I was just going to say.
Manifest.
How would your friends describe you? Other than confident.
Definitely confident, but also like way more chill than like I appear on my social networks. I'd say really loyal, and just like, I think that I feel like my purpose in life and what I do is just, I want to make people feel good, like, and happy. And like, cause we live once and we're going to die, like we're dying. So I just try to like really show people like the positive, and like, just, you know, really trying to see things glass half full, and like knowing that like what's meant for you is yours, and what it isn't for you, like, just like, it's like, wasn't meant to be. So yeah. And like when we matched on Raya and it didn't work out, I was like, okay, we're moving on. All good.
And here we are, though.
Here we are.
The universe conspires to make you just a personal legend, guys. This is the sign. You can't fight it.
We can't fight it. It's love. It's fate.
That's a good point you said. Like that that we're all gonna die one day. And like, it's just whatever. You gotta like stop sweating the small shit. And like, I think often people get caught up in their own shit, and get caught up in just like how big they think everything's going to be, and every decision you make and all this stuff is going to impact the world. And not to sound morbid, but like, we're so insignificant in the grand scheme of time, and all these things that dwelling over little shit.
Literally nothing fucking matters, like at all. Like literally nothing matters. Like literally, like people, sorry to interrupt you, but people like think like, they're like, oh my God. Like I say to people, I'm like, okay, like Instagram. Can you tell me a single photo you liked yesterday on Instagram? Or what about from 3 days ago? Like, no. Like, honestly, no. I think about my Instagram a lot. I don't think about like a story. Can you tell me literally what someone said in their story verbatim? No, right? That's how much information we're processing, and that's how little we remember. And I'm like, no one is fucking thinking about you. They're just thinking about themselves. Yeah. Like literally, no one is thinking about you. And like, you know, like even when it comes to like, I like, you know, I've always on my social media, like, guys, like you should eat alone. Like go to dinner by yourself. It's such an empowering, fun experience. And like, you're watching people, and so many people are like, oh my God, like that's so embarrassing. Like I can't do it. That's so scary. And I'm like, you're fucking scared about eating alone. What's scary? No one's thinking about you. They're enjoying their food. So
you sound like I'm not saying this in an offensive way. Like you and Ricky are a perfect match. That's what Ricky says. Ricky gives the least fucks of any person I know ever. Like, I'm the opposite. I'm the one who cares a lot. I overthink everything. And Rick's like, what? Like, why do you give a shit? Like, no one cares about you. And I was like, respectfully, best advice ever. And he always says, no one, like, and if you're like a random,
no one.
Yeah.
And also it's like, it's so liberating because you're like, whoa, like you can literally do anything except for like commit murder and like all that shit. But like literally like no one gives a fuck. Yeah. And if you make a mistake, then you just take accountability. Be like, you're right, I fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. And then no one cares afterwards. Yeah. Think about it. No one's actually canceled. No one gets canceled except for like Harvey Weinstein. Fine, because he is a fucker and should be in jail. No one gets canceled. So it's like, it really should show you that like, it's important to take accountability, but like literally live your life. You're going to die. No one's going to remember you one day. And like, it doesn't fucking matter. So
yeah,
I agree.
That's one of the things too you don't realize. Like when you stop to think about it, if you ask anybody, like Jordan, you're the one sitting here listening. If you can name 10 famous people who are dead right now, can you name 10 off the top of your head? Like maybe but people who had like big, not family, people who had massive impacts on society. Like
definitely can.
Yeah, Albert Einstein. Like I can name a dead president. Maybe Audrey Hepburn. Like how many can you really name that like the amount of insignificant people that are there, us included, like
also just because you're famous or not doesn't mean you're not insignificant. Like
I mean, like, sorry, yes, you're right.
No, right? But it's true. Like at the end of the day, we're here for such a small period of time in the big picture, especially like when we're traveling. Like George used to vlog back in the day, and we would like, he'd be like, oh, I don't know, like people are watching. I'm like, bro, nobody, no first off, never gonna see people ever again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you really think that they're going to remember the two random dudes that they saw? And you think in 5 years, they're going to look back and be like, oh, I remember I saw those two guys. Like, no, nobody fucking cares. Like, even in the streets of Toronto, like where me and George do know people, like, I don't care. I'm just going to still go out there, do whatever I want, because at the end of the day, nobody really cares. I'm not famous. I'm not going to well, I always think I'm going to change the world and I mean the most to everybody, but in reality, I do not. That's why, like, I live my life. I do what makes me happy. If people don't like it, like, fuck it.
Yeah. No, 100%. And like, it should just be very liberating and fun and freeing.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
So
That's the vibe. Yeah.
That is the fucking vibe. Yes.
Fucking vibe. Let's fucking go.
We do have some questions before we normally wrap up, and I just want to make sure that Jordan gets any questions that she wants to get in.
I think. I think we answered all of them. We asked all of them.
I love how Jay dressed up for this too, eh? Put on a cute top.
I put on mascara for you, Serena. I hope you remember that.
I'm obsessed. I got full glam for this. Obviously kidding, but
I just
not
do
really.
think you exude some confidence and everything that girls should aspire to be. And I think you're absolutely incredible, in all honesty.
So sweet. I'm so glad. I mean, I honestly just wanted to be the girl that I wish I had growing up, you know, because my mom would always be like, no, I'd be like, I'm so ugly. And she'd be like, no, you're not. I'm like, okay, well, you're fucking biased because like I am you. So what the fuck? So I always wanted that, like, you know, reassuring person, you know, that wasn't my mom because I'm an only child, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that you said that because that's really what I want to be. You know, I want a young girl who's feeling insecure to just look at me and be like, oh, I can be this. Because you can.
And a little question: who's the guy on the second season that you had that was a fan favorite that you had like the after show with? What was his name?
Andy,
Are you guys still friends? Are you guys still talking?
the 16-year-old. Yeah, I mean,
it's not the 16-year-old, the one that was like that came back and had like the whole intro and
Val,
yes,
Val, like the villain from season 1.
Yeah.
No, we don't talk.
Thank you. That's all I need to know.
If it's not a fuck yes.
No.
Yeah.
It's definitely a fuck no.
So then
Just wanted to ask.
I try to practice what I preach. Like I try.
Yeah.
I just will never date anyone that I date virtually, like from the show. Like I realized that. Like I was like, it's never gonna happen. It's just not my type of guy. But it took me seasons to figure it out.
So what's your ideal man?
I think someone just like super ambitious and like has a really solid foundation and, you know, like more like an entrepreneur or something, but not someone who wants to be in the spotlight. Like that's all for me.
Oh, he was hungry for the spotlight.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Sounds like Ricky, honestly.
No, he wanted it so badly. Serena was like
was actually like kind of, I don't want to speak ill of people, but yes, jealous.
I'll speak for you. He was jealous of you.
Jealous in like an inferiority complex way, the fact that you were.
He was mad that she was dating other guys on the show, and she was like, "You came onto my show."
Yeah, that was epic. Such a great job. I mean, he served his purpose. He was great, and he was game, and he came on the show way more than he should have, or like that he needed to. But we asked him, and he played his part. And he was a true like reason. He was a big reason why the show was so successful.
I think you're the big reason why the show's successful. I think he was just kind of
But I was just trying to be gracious and kind.
That's a wholesome moment right there, Jay. Serena, actually, I got another one, and then we'll start to wrap it up. But was there ever a point in your life where you weren't this confident, and like, are you looking back and when you weren't, what did you tell yourself?
That's why I changed my middle name to fucking, because I like really was insecure. And I just said like, no, you're Serena fucking Kerrigan. Like walk your walk, bitch. Like go up to that guy. Like you're going to ace that test. Like you're going to fuck whoever you want. I'm kidding. I sound like I have way more sex than I do. It's part of like the shtick. But really like it was about having that dialogue with myself the same way I would hype up any of my best friends. And I think that that's really the trick to confidence. It's just hyping yourself up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You gotta be your own biggest hype man. Otherwise doesn't matter what anyone else does.
Exactly. Truly.
We said something earlier, but I think it's.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Jersey. So yeah, we were talking about it earlier, but I do think you can't date someone or really love someone until you love yourself. Like I think that's a big thing, and I was chatting with someone earlier about this, like maybe a week ago, and if you don't fully love yourself, it's borderline impossible to give yourself to someone else or to even like partner with someone, because at the end of the day, relationships are partnerships, and it's just like I strongly believe that. And when you don't love yourself, it's fucking hell.
Yeah, it's also you just look for validation in someone instead of like you have to be whole first, and anything else in your life is an additive, but you have to be like really strong solo, because just because you're single doesn't mean you're alone, and just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely. So just gotta be your best friends with yourself. So it's super important. Yeah, and I think that a lot of people don't know how to nurture that relationship with themselves first. So that's what I'm here to teach people.
100%.
Love that. what's like next on the horizon? I mean, the show you're trying to get produced, but like what else is coming up for you in the rest of 2021 and onwards?
Yeah, I mean, I have so many projects, but I'm like literally legally not allowed to talk about them. But I have a lot of stuff. I really am just growing the brand beyond the show because I'm not going to do the show anymore. But like, we want to be this guy, this best friend to dating post pandemic. And I think that a lot of the narrative that has been fed to women, especially, is like but at least to me growing up, and I know, in general, it's like, and in general, like once you find your person, then you'll live happily ever after. Like that has been the messaging of every movie and everything, like just like, right? Like get married. Like it's about your career, but get married. So then you can have the kids, right? So I think Let's Fucking Date is basically saying like, no, like find yourself. And if you want to find a partner, great, then you'll find them, but you'll be happy once you find yourself. And then we'll help you navigate the world of dating. So that's what I'm doing.
That's terrific. That's great.
And I have another card game coming out. I can't talk about it, but it bucks. It's epic.
I'll buy it. 100%.
We'll
You're gonna want to buy it.
Now that we've gotten to, like, we have to know each other, we'll make sure we're tuning into everything and we'll follow along. But as Ricky said, we like to go into these a little bit more like naive a bit. I know it comes off sometimes as like we don't know what we're talking about, but it's cool because we have to meet somebody new and find out a different side of them, not asking the generic question. So this was a lot of fun.
Awesome. I had fun too. It was great to meet you both. And next time I'm in Canada, we can all hang out. Go for a drink.
100%. Well, we're going to be dating by then. Hello.
Right, of course. So
of course. No, before we wrap up, 2 questions we always ask every guest. The first, if there's a movie about your life, who would you want to star as you? Could be anyone from any point in time.
Me or Jennifer Lawrence.
Love it.
But I would star as myself.
Love it.
I'm a great actress.
Love it.
The last question. If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
You're a fucking icon, bitch. Let's fucking go.
Love that. Right on brand.
There you go.
Right on brand. Serena,
yourself.
if people want to find out more about you, what you're doing and everything, where can they go? How can they find you?
Serena Kerrigan or Let's Fucking Date, both on everything. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm on everything, Serena Kerrigan, and Let's Fucking Date. And get my card game if you're single or if you're bored or if you're in a relationship or in a group of friends. It's really fun. We've sold like 1,000 units of the game. So
where can people find the card game if they want to get it?
On letsfuckingdate.com.
Beautiful.
Perfect. We'll make sure we put everything in the comments and the caption. Yeah. So again, Serena, you're amazing. Love this confidence. Love the vibe. Love the energy.
Yeah. So fun. Jordan, great to meet you too.
Great to meet you. Seriously, you made my week.
Yay. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I'll see you guys soon.
I love it.
Good luck.
Perfect.